All right, everybody. I want to make this impromptu video because the Katie Britt story has got even worse. Now, my last video, I was talking about her terrible State of the Union response, which was so bad, even other Republicans came out and were like, what the hell are we watching here? It was an absolute disaster. She has negative charisma, but besides having negative charisma, she also told a really big lie. And let's go ahead and talk about that right now. But to tee it up, in the last video I made, which was responding to her response, she talked about how there was this 12-year-old girl who was brutally subjected to sexual assault. Well, it turns out there's a lot more to that story, and multiple outlets have covered it, but the one I have is by Raw Story. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Journalist catches Senator Katie Britt in and out of a lie in her State of Union response. So let's just go ahead and get into the details here. So we're at a point now in this story where Katie Britt is talking about how we wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country, which, keep in mind, Republicans don't care about these countries. Donald Trump often calls them S-hole countries whenever he's referring to South America. This is the United States of America, and it's past time we start acting like it. President Biden's border crisis is a disgrace. It's despicable, and it's almost entirely preventable. Now, keep in mind also, Republicans don't want to prevent the border crisis from happening either, from being stopped either, because they just turned down a bill to help with that. They want to use it as a political wedge issue because it is a major issue, is that they have ginned up, which is why a lot of Americans poll, and I've seen many polls that suggest that the border is a main priority coming into the general election. So let's just move on here. Cat's digging turned up some proof the victim didn't experience the attacks on American soil, but he also found that the timeline proved Biden wasn't even in office. Now, Katz was the journalist who was investigating Katie Britt's claims here. There was a trip that Britt took along with Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee, along with Sidney Hyde-Smith, another Republican, to the Del Rio sector back in last January, all documented on Blackburn's website. He then cross-referenced the details and found the name Carla Jacinto Romero, who was described as being pimped by a 22-year-old man at the age of 12 and enslaved until the age of 16 in Brussels, roadside motels and homes in Guadalajara and other Mexican cities. I probably absolutely slaughtered that name, by the way. These events didn't happen in the U.S., said Katz. These crimes didn't take place in the United States or even near the border. They took place within Mexico. And they also took place, according to Romero's recounting before Congress, between 2004 and 2008. Biden didn't become vice president until 2009. The president at the time when Romero was kidnapped and ultimately rescued was George W. Bush. And there's a 7-minute video here if you want to go ahead and check that out. I will also leave the link to this article in the description if you want to read it. So, absolutely caught in a huge lie, but it's not really surprising for Republicans to lie about criminals or these quote-unquote immigrant criminals, which, by the way, it's not just legal, it's also illegal. Immigrants tend to have a lower crime rate than natural-born people in the U.S. And also, just because I want to play one more clip, I know I said I wouldn't subject you to any more of a Katie Britt speech, but I didn't say I wouldn't subject you to her before and after in terms of her talking normally versus her talking in this speech. So let's go ahead and check that out as well. It's pretty interesting. Here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go.
I am looking forward to delivering the Republican response to the State of the Union. So tune in.
President Biden's border policies are a disgrace. This crisis is despicable. And the truth is, it is almost entirely preventable. And thank you to all the gentlemen behind me who continue to work diligently to actually secure our border. That's what the American people deserve. But unfortunately, Joe Biden refuses to give that to them. Mr. President, enough is enough. Innocent Americans are dying, and you only have yourself to blame.
Everything that we put forth that would actually secure and close the border, the Democrats don't want. This is
Okay. I've submitted you enough to it. Okay. I can't handle anymore. I know you can't handle any more of it. There we have it. Katie Britt caught in a huge lie. Not totally surprising because Republicans love to lie all the time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And yeah, that's it.